Power, something we each crave, but how is it acquired? How do we get people to stop talking over us, listen and value our opinions? In this new series, I will be analysing historical figures and how they were able to consolidate their power. In today's episode, we will be discussing the Serpent Queen, Catherine De Medici. Welcome to the main character manual. Power isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about strategy, influence, and knowing when to act. Catherine de Medici, the woman behind the French throne, mastered the art of power in a world dominated by men. Today we'll break down how she did it and how you can apply her lessons to your life. Catherine didn't inherit power, she built it. As queen consort, she was technically just the wife, holding no power or influence, instead expected to bear children and then stand to the side. But she instead became the strategic mind behind the throne. She gained influence by observing, learning, and quietly guiding decisions. In your life, influence comes from understanding the people and systems around you. Listen more than you speak, learn the rules, and find opportunities to guide decisions behind the scenes. Catherine arranged political marriages for her children to strengthen her family's position. She advised her husband subtly, shaping court decisions without ever needing to demand attention. She understood that influence is earned quietly, not shouted from the spotlight. Married at the tender age of 14, her husband Henri was madly in love with Diane de Poitiers, the best friend of his late mother. Her husband took no interest in her, so she instead turned her attention to slowly gathering power and support in the shadows. When her husband died, Catherine could have been powerless. Instead, she became regent for her son and turned chaos into control. She used every crisis as a chance to consolidate power. She also reminds us that revenge really is a dish best served cold, throwing out her longtime rival Diane, leaving her penniless and destitute. Life will throw challenges at you. The most powerful people don't just survive crises, they turn them into opportunities to gain influence and strengthen their position. During the French Wars of Religion, Catherine navigated a country divided by faith, forming alliances and making calculated moves to protect her family's power. Some of her actions were controversial, like the infamous St. Bartholomew's Day massacre, but to Catherine it wasn't cruelty for cruelty's sake, it was a strategic decision to safeguard her dynasty. She knew that in times of turmoil, decisive action is what separates those who control events from those who are controlled by them. Catherine wasn't the most physically strong or popular leader, but she was a master strategist. She understood people's motivation, anticipated moves, and acted at the right moment. Power is rarely about brute force. It's about timing, intelligence, and planning. Focus on long-term strategy. Think several steps ahead. Influence, persuasion, and careful planning are far more effective than aggression or trying to dominate every situation. Catherine arranged alliances and marriages to strengthen the Valois dynasty. She outmaneuvered rivals through negotiation, subtle persuasion, and carefully calculated moves. Her power wasn't visible in grand gestures. It was in the way she thought, planned, and acted when it mattered most. Catherine de Medici's life reminds us that power is not about titles, wealth, or being in the spotlight. It's about influence, strategy, and turning challenges into opportunities. Observe carefully, plan intelligently, and act decisively. The most powerful people often work behind the scenes. They guide outcomes, shape decisions, and turn chaos into opportunity. That is how Catherine de Medici became one of the most influential figures in French history, and how you can cultivate power in your own life. Remember, observe, strategize, act. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. It means the absolute world to me, and as always, remember you are the main character. Thank you.